McMasters. You may have heard of him. Ryan has been performing poetry and writing since 2011. He's been a semi-finalist at the Texas Grand Slam competition in 2014, which is actually the biggest individual poetry competition in Texas. He's been the writing director for Mic Check Poetry in Bryan, Texas. He was on Right About Now's inaugural slam team last year. He's been published on Right About Now's YouTube page and 1513 Press. He just released his third book and is currently working on 2 more. He is the Sultan of Suspenders. He is the boss of bow ties. He is my brother and my new bird love. Give it up for Ryan McMasters!
Okay. The feeling is reciprocated. Like I see you, and I hear you, and I appreciate you. Rayla, you better stop being awesome. So, hello, right about now. It's been a while, like last week. So, 2 weeks ago, there was a semifinals bout, and it was raining, and there were just a lot of fantastic poets competing for the top 8. And during one of my poems, some stuff happened. And for my first poem, I wanted to do that one again.
Yeah!
Hopefully the quarrelsome drunk women can take it down a notch tonight.
I'll try my best.
Sometimes it will just be a morning. Not a good morning, but a morning. When I don't adhere to social pleasantries, it's like a record skip. Others will double take and ask it again, like I dropped a line in a movie, and ad-libbing is not liked here. And sometimes I go to church on Sundays because it is holy muscle memory. Tendons play like guitars in G, and I love some of the people there. But I haven't talked to God in a while. Because everything changed when my friend died. When he did not love the God I love, and no religion has an all-accepting heaven, really. Coming to grips with this has left me white-knuckled and reluctant to dive in anywhere. I feel like the prodigal son. I haven't taken my inheritance, but I have been in the desert for months. I know how to walk, but I don't know if I want to go back. If I can handle the pain of sand searing my lungs as I trek to the city. This reality seems like I hate him, but I just don't know how to accept his love anymore without feeling guilty or imbalanced. I don't know how to be agnostic or atheistic. And being spiritual with no allegiance makes my skin crawl. And being a half-assed Christian makes me feel sickeningly American. Like the stereotypes are strengthening as I continue to breathe. Like I'm turning into the man my parents warned me about. Like when I try to help people, it's not enough. And this is all because of my self-centered heart, right? My inability to process past trauma prevents my ability to heal. And talking about this with anybody from the church I grew up in is to rip my childhood to shreds, to prove to everyone under this steeple that my parents are bad at raising me, and judgment will season the air and smell like a dove roasting in the oven.
Oh my God.
Or maybe this all just boils down to my trust issues. my gates barred because I have been taught to be a shield. A heart as a blunt instrument, a Kevlar vest with a low thread count, a Kleenex, a pot filled with water on low heat, so yeah. Sometimes a morning is just a morning. And the questions won't make it better, but the patience will. Just bringing it in hot with the sadness. You're welcome. So I attribute a lot of my personal growth and writing ability to the community that I have surrounding me. So I just want to say thank you to Right About Now and the people and my group of esteemed friends that just don't know how to stop inspiring.
We like you too.
Thank you. With that in mind, you might have heard of him. He's a slam winner for this year. He's one of my very good friends and muscle extraordinaire, Chris Diaz. I have a poem inspired by him and another element, and I'm gonna do that one now.
Let's go, Ryan.
Inspired by Chris Diaz and the found episode of Supernatural. Eventually. In the end, I will find love. In the end, I will find love. Marriage is not the epitome of happiness. Legal and rights aren't the same thing. Someone else's mouth could be my Pandora's box. I could live under the weight of my self-love. It will be exercise. A lifetime of leg days, squats, burpees, thigh master, repeat, acceptance, tears, scrub, repeat, accept, repeat. Make it a habit, make new goals. I am worthy of new goals. Don't be satisfied. Happy plus unsatisfied equals crave or hunger. Wanting more does not always mean your life is horrible or bad. Wanting more good when it is already good does not make me selfish. It's healthy. Is it healthy? I don't know. I've heard really great things about healthy. It isn't greedy to be motivated by something other than protection or prevention. Sweat through the self-imposed suffering. Break it like a fever or a neck. Turn it into a circuit. Become electric. Short out the building with power. Make a blackout the only time I have full clarity. There is no such thing as darkness while this heavy, neon, colorfully carried air. There are good people that do reckless things to survive. I have turned into one of them. Humanity is not shredded when difficult decisions are made, but when quiet is the loudest sound in the war. Respect is the most noble spice in the rack of life. I'm trying to be a flavor that people don't want to spit out. I want to taste like blood from a lip, like metal, but eventually healing. I deserve to heal. I could learn to forgive. I could want to learn to forgive. I don't really use treadmills anymore. I switched to parks for the fresh air. Fresh, fresh, fresh. Repeat, inhale, exhale, smell, follow, make a trail. Be a good boy. Hear the condescension. Turn into a werewolf. Bite at their fingers. Warn those who love you. They know the most. They can make you feel like the least. Beauty, 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 repeat, be an animal. I am the animal. I am a moon crater. Life in an O2 deficient environment. I am cardio. I am a windless sprint. Be a human. Be a human. I am too tired to finish. Cool down. Follow rules. Don't ask why. Follow blindly. Tell the rules to go to the park once in a while. Before that, bite a duck there. Make the duck crave foie gras. Turn the whole group into were-ducks. Listen as they quack shrill to the moon. Watch as they kill the rules in the most disrespectful way possible. Watch the rules get 2016 and chuckle deep. Enjoy the art and comical life. Have 2 left feet and still run. Run with me. Run with me. Run with me. Repeat. came out. And it is called Connect the Dots, and the beginning of the process of inspiration to it is I have these spots on my hair, like a case of genetic abnormality or albinism, and it just made me think of like what things connect and compound to make you who you are. So the first section is family, because hopefully most people have a family to start out with, whether they like them or not. That's not something that you can control too much. And then after that, there's religion, because they might impart that onto you, and then you either follow in that or you completely go somewhere else. And then those compound on each other, and then your family plus the religion helps make you figure out or feel shame towards what kind of sexuality you have, and then all three of those compound to help you not really understand, because you can't, I don't know if you can fully understand yourself. I mean, I don't. And then the last section is self-image. So the next poem is from the family section. So there's that.
Just plug me up, man.
It's funny how little I would speak if I took insulting myself out of my daily life. I have been told by countless that I am too hard on myself. Yeah? And spend time with my parents and you'll get it. Want to know how I can have a loving, supportive family and still be drenched in all this quiet dark? I have inherited this. 98 on your biology test. Where are the other 2 points? This. Your cooking tastes burnt or like cardboard. This. We will be self-sufficient to the point that it kills us. This. My dad was in the Air Force, but before that he was a bully. As a child of a Reformed Hellion, I questioned if God gave me to my parents as a reward for his reformation or a punishment because of his past. My mom is amazing. She is the queen of keep. Awards, children's books, the way she still sees me as a helpless child. I wonder if she'll ever see me as a grown man instead of seeing me as a growing boy. Alas, she focuses on what else is not done. We are a not done family. The dust never really settles, or it cakes everything, and it is too much effort to dig out. Every optional piece of our personal lives flake like dead skin to the floor. I don't think I've ever heard my dad congratulate himself. And when my mom pats herself on the back, it's usually followed by a chuckle when I see my parents display humility. I'm so confused. Humility is rare nowadays. I know this. I have a rare family, but one step to the right of humility is self-deprecation, and when we walk, we always lead with our right. Do you know how cordial a smokescreen can be? How to keep your life sealed shut? Give everything you're willing to, then listen. People will be so thankful that Southern hospitality dictates that you won't have to talk about yourself. I have never been abused, but we don't know how to stop beating ourselves up. We are more bruised than body, more purple than person. You will not see us bleed outside. We will always keep it in, hold the bursting, snuff out the grief bomb, detonate inside. It's not that we see ourselves as worthless, just not much. We will help you do anything, sacrifice our bodies for you, make your lives better as long as you don't repay us. You are worth helping, you are deserving. This is not pity, this is selfless. I live in my own quiet dark because I was raised to shed my light like flecked house paint. A star collapsing, so much bright, all I know is to exude, radiate out, but never let other light in. And is this not starlight? To be quiet and done with my beauty before anybody knows it? Ooh. To be dead for years before my light extinguishes in others' eyes?
Are y'all enjoying the feature so far? This is the awkward part of the feature where I pass around the tip jar because art is hard. Being on the stage is hard, right? So if you want to support Ryan in all his artistic endeavors, feel free. to drop some love in the bucket. He also has merch for sale, correct? How much is your merch, Ryan? $10. So Ryan's going to be over here at the end of the show. If you want to buy his book, if you want to give him a tip, if you want to do both, if you want to do none, that's cool too. But give it up for Ryan McMasters.
I would ask if you don't mind if I read from my book, but it's my feature, so I don't care.
Let's go, Ryan.
Okay. So
That's a beautiful book.
I appreciate that. One amazing woman helped edit this book, and her name is Ebony Stewart. And I have the honor of her gracing us with our presence tonight. So in her honor, I know that she likes this poem, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this one. The movie Inside Out has 5 main feelings locked up in a child's brain: anger, joy, disgust, fear, and sadness. I spoke with my family and submitted that the ones I identify with most are fear and sadness. When I admit this to my nephew, I feel like I don't belong there. Like I failed him for not being something more noble, more in general. In the movie, sadness is blue and fear is purple. In the spectrum of color, they have the smallest wavelengths. Even with the light I shine with, it still comes up short. And I am disgusted with myself, like, how do people spend time with me and not want to smother rescue puppies after? Is this dark enough? Is this covered cute, endearing enough? Do you know what I admitted less than an hour before I wrote this to a friend of mine? My long-term expectation out of life is to end up in a psych ward. Not crime or death, just hospitalization. How do people love a sinking ship that has never touched the sea? A person that is unnaturally grim when all around him is cool skies and bright water. Can someone tell me I'm asking for a friend? I'm asking for me. I have lived in black and white for so long, Technicolor is terrifying. I feel so emotionally stunted. I melt like a pack of crayons on the Houston summer sidewalk to prove I can be affected by warmth, but I somehow still stay in the box, still keep myself hostage, an emotional agoraphobic, holding anger like I don't deserve to wield it, like I am not powerful enough to possess fire without scorching the earth, without cleansing the land that was cleaner than I ever gave it credit for. Joy is such a protagonist, isn't it? Joy gave sadness busy work, pushed sadness away, and validated until I did not feel welcome. And sadness wants to be valuable, is willing to be quiet for the sake of a day's success, silencing itself when the body wants it to have a voice that joy cannot speak. Nobody wants sadness, but everyone needs it. In the dark, in the shower to camouflage the tears, to salt all the ice cream, I relate with sadness so intensely that it has become my identity. In my mind, it is selfish or nonsensical to be more than one emotion, to claim more than oneself, when the identity I have is something I have grown to accept. I want to feel everything, but I am so tunnel visioned. It is a miracle to me to know I can experience a color, a feeling, a self, at all.
Nice.
What? Okay, great. Thanks. So this is one of my favorite poems of the book. I wrote it during one of Chris's writing sessions for 30 for 30. And we have those during April. We cranked out like a beast during December. So, I mean, if y'all want to be a part of that, I'm sure that you would be included. We're pretty accepting here. So I'm going to do this one next. I believe the prompt was different parts of your body having conversations with each other. Eyes look at gut, retorts, you look like a setting sun. Gut spews acid to eyes, I'm surprised you know what the sun looks like. You never look up at the sky. You focus on the ground because it's attainable. Eyes tear up as it looks to the sky. The sun is really bright, we swear, they say. Gut feels sadness fill it and knows they are lying. Unspoken truths become the secrets of the body. Heart inquires of knees, how can I bend like you? Knees resign to heart. You only know to crush. You are not teachable enough. You make excuses more than you accept. You are too immature to bow, much less believe in our type of flexibility. Go back to the house of your chest and close the door like you always do. Heart wants to object, but submits in a slow quiver. Knees admit to heart, you have potential after all. Mind looks down to nose, says, we're very similar. We're both the central parts of our sectors. You, the face, me, the body. Nose sticks up to brain, puffs out. I may be a focal point, but I don't have your ego to believe I am too special. I share the spotlight, you have a trust, you doubt constantly. You are a lotto winner, you get so much, believe you are a big shot, but with all that burden of knowledge, you are paranoid to the point that you can't enjoy it. Trust me when I say you complicate things in this body more than you have ever solved them. Mind has better things to do than apologize. The boss of a failing business rarely accepts responsibility for their own inadequacies. Nose doesn't wait for sorry. It does its job and continues to sneeze away threats like the bouncer of the body that it is. Tongue wraps to arms. You know what I envy about you? Your embraces are so soft. It's effortless. The person inside you can leave and completely forget your touch. Arms reply to tongue. I wish I were more jagged like you. You skin people alive with all that clever. Look how you cut off conversations and relationships with every bit of wit. That's so efficient. But when were relationships supposed to be efficient? Feet, orders, ears to relay the next message of where to go. Ears bark out, stay or leave. Ironically, feet, y'all are the ones that don't listen. You will go the opposite of where success is, or you will stand your ground on quicksand, call it a moral victory, and die. Feet apologize. Feet go. They all go home. The body is groaning, but still quiet. How many more poems do I have by chance?
Biscuit!
Oh, so that's not really an answer, but that's like a request. That's cool. Okay.
Have an appetite! Biscuit!
Don't ask questions you don't want answers to.
What are we eating for dinner?
It's your poem.
You got a whole lot of energy, let it out.
Biscuit!
Look. I just want to like go to the page and then do something completely opposite to just like take a big creamy dump on what Amir wants. But yeah, just a big gravy dump. Yeah.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Oh yeah. It's not a threat if it's a promise. Okay. I will do the biscuits.
Biscuit!
Dear Lord.
I was there when it happened.
It's very true. He was at the inception, conception, every kind of exception. A southern eatery greets me, and I sat down to get some breakfast. That's my endearing term for breakfast, emphasis on the kiss. You know how people give other people they love nicknames? Well, I do that for meals because I love food more than I love people. Anyways, there is something you need to know about me. I have an intense passion for Southern baked goods, namely biscuits and cornbread. Just saying it made my testicles percolate a little bit. It's fine. It's completely fine. So the scramble I ordered came with a carb of choice. On the menu was an English muffin, and I get that prim and proper English muffins have their place in other people's diets, but I need a carb that'll melt or crumble in my mouth. When I heard the word biscuit come from the waitress's mouth, everything drowned out. Just looking into the distance. You know, like butter melting audibly, and a smile smeared across my face. She knew. She knew it all. Now, there is no such thing as a bad biscuit to me. It's pillowy bread. Southern love. And admittedly, I have a garbage can goat stomach, so I'm relatively forgiving. But this biscuit was unimpressive. It was cold and starting to get hard, and mind you, if I ate it immediately, it might have been better, but probably not. Like I said, there is no such thing as a bad biscuit, like there's no such thing as a bad kid, just good kids that make bad decisions. This biscuit tasted like lazy procrastination, and my mouth was a supportive, disappointed parent. In this instance, I suppose it is true that I am what I eat. I believe this is my last poem. Hold your tears. It's gonna be fine. You can like talk to me afterwards, or you can shun me like a martyr. It's cool. I'm completely fine with it. So speaking of martyr, here's this poem. Virginity is the dirtiest thing when self-hate poisons everything I think about. The truth is, I like women. Lust, men, and love is nowhere to be found. A friend asks, why do single celibate people spend so much time in front of a mirror in their underwear? I have an answer now. That. The true test of a man's character is what he does in the dark when no one is watching. Like when I'm alone, can I possibly believe I'm worthy of being touched? And when a mirror licks my skin truthful, will I try to wipe away what I see? Does someone else have to see me for me to love myself? For so long, there has been a pattern in my life. When I get attention, my back prickles with satisfaction. I hate that I am this needy. I fold under flattery like a victim's back in a horror movie. As a scientist, it is easy to detach. There's experimentation, and there is an experiment. Of course. There's experimentation, and there is an experiment. When I'm attracted to someone, I don't see a heart. I see parts, and I see a hypothesis. I see a what would happen instead of where is this going. To be in the middle about this issue is to stand on the yellow line of a two-way road and know that everyone will veer away from such a potential accident. And doesn't everyone love a good pile-up as long as they aren't a part of it? I feel like a leper, a monster, a myth, something that is beautiful. When you have faith, it doesn't exist. Did you know that the word basilisk translates to little king in Greek? That it is a serpent that can kill with a single glance. Did you know that the name Ryan translates to little king as well? When I introduce myself to you, if I don't look at you directly, I'm only trying to protect you. When I constantly deliver my topics and tangents, I am trying to open a door in a garage with the car ever running. One of the few ways a basilisk dies is by looking into a mirror. When I look into my own eyes, I am wondering whether the mirror or I will shatter first. My skin molts away, and I am somehow still standing. I have a skin condition called keratosis pilaris. I am allergic to dust, which is to say I am allergic to dead things, which is to say my body holds on to what hurts me. My life since puberty has been a body of bumps, my pores, pack rats, clinging to what no longer wants to be a part of me. There is regeneration and there is repulsion. I feel like my body does both every day, and this is what a myth becomes. Generation after generation of burial until there is more dead me than alive me. After all this, will your faith in me depend on you not believing in me? Will I make myself the myth by not having faith in me either?
Give it up for Ryan McMasters. Give it up for Ryan McMasters. Ryan's going to be over here selling his merch, okay? If you were touched by anything he said, please go tell him. Please go give him some love, whether that's monetary or just verbally. If any poet said something that touched you, please let them know. This has been Right About Now. Thank you for being here. We're here every week at 7:30, okay? And I'm going to leave you with this. We are a community. We do take care of each other. So please, if you have a glass or you have a bottle, throw it away. Pick up your trash, bring it back to the bar, and we will see y'all next week. Thank you.